Hello, this is Jeremiah Owusu. Welcome once again to the Arise Move. We are still dealing with the topic, the silent move of God. I have told you that revival is God's silent move. The noise, the shaking, the upheaval, and all the great things that happen in times of revival, they are all effects. The actual work is done privately. It's done quietly in secret places. Tonight, we're going to look at what are the things God does privately, quietly, and silently. What he does when he's moving quietly. That is what we're going to look at. All right. The Bible says in 1 Samuel chapter 3, verse 5, the Bible says that when there was no open word and God was not speaking and the people were confused, they were not hearing God, that means there was a decline in the church of God like it is today. The Bible said that quietly God entered into the tabernacle when the priest was asleep. The priest of that time, the judge of that time was Eli. He was asleep. And Samuel also was asleep. God quietly entered into the tabernacle and called Samuel. Verse 5, the Bible said that God called Samuel. The first thing God does when he's moving quietly for revival, he calls for people. He called for individuals he want to use. You check Moses, when the people were stripped off of destiny, of future, and they were anguished, and they were filled with sorrow, which God himself witnessed that. And they had no hope. And they were confused. The Bible said that God came to Moses, Exodus chapter 3, and God was having a dialogue, a discussion, what he's about to do. So in the quiet place, in secret place, God silently moved, calling people. Trust me. Although when it comes to the church, it is silent. But secretly somewhere, God is quietly calling certain individuals. Abraham, when idolatry was all over the place, and the knowledge of God is so slim, is so little, God came to Abraham quietly and called him and was having a discussion with him what he's about to do. God is still moving quietly, calling people. Don't be troubled. Don't think things are going to be like this forever. Don't think the situation, the dryness of the move of God we have so far, don't think it's going to be quiet, permanently like this. God quietly moving so powerfully, calling certain individual. It is very important to know. And if you are one of these God has reached into, then I tell you, that is the most powerful move of God. It is done quietly. What happens publicly is the effect of what has already taken place in private places. You need to understand, it is said, it is not what you do publicly that makes you powerful, but what you do secretly, what you do privately, what you do quietly and nobody hears of it. And as I conclude, if you want to make a harmonious involvement in what God is doing, the move of God that is silently going on, if you want to make harmonious involvement in this move of God, if you are called, then the Bible says in Luke chapter 1 verse 80, John the Baptist was in the wilderness, a quiet place, until the manifestation to the people of Israel came. Get involved with God. Focus on God. Don't be too much concerned about the public. If you do that, you have vain glory mentality. God bless you. Hold firmly onto what God is discussing with you, the move of God in your spirit, because that is where the power lies. And very soon, He's going to throw you into the public for great manifestation. I'm Jeremiah Owusu. This is the Arise Move. God bless.